Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, and today we are going to study a numerical problem number 2, which is based on inverse Z transform of signals with simple pole, multiple pole and repeated poles. Now we will see the question first and then we'll move on to inverse Z transform. Problem number 2. A transfer function of a system is given by h of z is equals to 1 upon z minus 0.25, and in another bracket we have z minus 0.5. Now what is asked? Determine impulse response and step response. So impulse response means simply we are going to find out the inverse z transform of h of z. But step response means first of all we have to substitute input as a step, then multiply that step response with this function and then go for output response, that is y of n. Now I'll show you how to solve this two part, but first of all we'll solve the impulse response. So the function is h of z is equals to 1 upon z minus 0.25 and z minus 0.5. Now what we are going to do, we have to find out impulse response of system. Basically, how to calculate impulse response? Impulse response means just take the inverse z transform of this given function, because h of z is nothing but a transfer function of a system, or you can say impulse function of a system. If you are able to calculate inverse z transform of h of z, then whatever result you have, it is in form of impulse response. So first of all, much more important, whenever we have h of z in our question, now much more important, in h of z we have 1 upon z minus 0.25 and z minus 0.5. Now it is necessary to multiply z in numerator and denominator if we don't have any extra z in numerator. Reason is, if you keep this question as it is and if you apply in partial fraction on this question, then the result, the whatever result you will have, that result will carry this type of response. Now we have studied one thing, if you are going to find out the inverse z trans of this function, then your result will also have or will carry the unit step response, or your result will be in unit step response. But in case of unit step response, there it is necessary to have z upon z minus 1 in each and every term or in each and every part. But right now if we are not going to multiply numerator and denominator by z, then we will not get any z in numerator. So you cannot apply u of n value over there, or you can say you are not able to apply inverse z transform on it. So for this type of questions, it is necessary to multiply numerator and denominator by z. It is necessary to have extra z in numerator. Now if we have extra z in numerator, or if I multiply numerator and denominator by z, then first of all I'll shift this numerator z on left hand side, or you can say in the denominator of h of z, and after calculating partial fraction I'll then multiply z on right hand side, so that automatically you will get z in numerator of both the function, and then you can write this equation in u of n format. So when we have a function in normal z, then just take care, there should be z in the numerator of this function. Now right now in this question we don't have any z in numerator, so I will multiply numerator and denominator by z only. Now if we have a 3 factors, then we will use 3 variables. Now look at it, I have already multiplied denominator on right hand side, so I have got this type of result. Now to get the value of a and b and c, we will substitute z equals to 0, z equals to 0.5 and z equals to 0.25 in our question. Now here this one is the right hand side part of equation. Now what will be on left hand side? You will get only 1. Now we'll substitute z values. Now I'm going to substitute z equals to 0 in above equation, or equation number 2. I'll write this one first. If I replace all this z by 0, then what you can say, that this b here, look at it, in b term here we have 0, so 0 into anything, answer is 0. Here also we have a z, that is if this is replaced by 0, then whole term will be replaced by 0, so only you will get the value of a. Now just multiply this 0.5 and 0.25 with each other. Now shift this 0.25 on left hand side. 1 upon 25, 0.25, what will be the result of 1 upon 0.125? We are going to find out the value of b and c. Now to get the value of b, which term you are going to represent, or we now to get the value of b, which term you are going to substitute equals to z or with z. Look at here, here we have a b is multiplied with z and z minus 0.25. So which term is not here? Z minus 0.5. So of course we will substitute z equals to 0.5, so that automatically c and a term will get vanish. If I substitute z equals to 0.5, look at here. This value is also replaced by 0.5, so 0.5 will get cancelled. This will be replaced by 0, and 0 into anything, the answer is 0, so a term will not be there. Now moving on to here, this z is also replaced by 0.5. Now look at here, if this z is replaced by 0.5, the 0.5 gets cancelled, the whole term will be replaced by 0. Now look at here, 0.5 minus 0.25, answer is 0.25. Now just do the multiplication, 0.5 into 0.25, answer is 0.125. So if I shift this b on left hand side value, the coefficient of b on left hand side value, what you will get? The b value will be 1 upon 0.25 and the answer is 8. The similar output we have seen in a also while calculating a. Now we will calculate the value of c. Now the last value, which is 0.25, I am going to substitute in equation number 2. What you will get? Now you can say that if I substitute z equals to 0.25, then 0.25 get cancelled, whole a and whole b term will be removed, so I will replace both the terms by 0. And now in case of c, what we have? 0.25 minus 0.5. Now the result is minus 0.25. Now 0.25 into minus 0.25, what you will get? And whatever result you have, just shift this part on left hand side. Minus 1 upon 0.065. We know that the 25 square is 625, but here the decimal dot is present perfectly just 2 digits before. That's why here also we have a 2 digits before. So after multiplying 25 with 25 each other, what we will get? 625, and shift this dot just 4 digits before. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we have placed a dot. Now tell me the value of minus 1 upon 0.0625. It is nothing but, so now my c value is minus 16. Now I will substitute all the values of a, b and c in my equation number 1. Now this was our equation number 1. Now I am going to substitute the value of a, b and c in this equation, as well as shift this z on right hand side. Now if I shift this, a value was 1. Now if I shift this z on right hand side, then this will be multiplied with a term and z it cancel, so we will have only 1, which is the value of a. Now the value of b is 8, so I am going to write here 8, and the result will be, after multiplying z over here also, you will get this answer. Now if I shift this z on over here, then what you will get? The value of c is minus 16. That will be multiplied with z, and you will get this answer. Now we know that z is cancelled and your a value was 8. Now 8 into 1 is, this h of z is replaced by h of n. Now we can take 8 common from all the equation, and this will be replaced by 1, and we know that the inverse z transform of f1 is always del of n. Now look at it, what we have? Z upon z minus 0.5. This is the value of a, because according to time scaling property, which is applied on unit step, the result will be produced is nothing but z upon z minus a. So I am going to write here, this is the value of a, and we'll place power n, and what else is remaining? Z upon z minus 1, that is nothing but unit step response. Now if I take 8 common from here, so this 16 is now replaced by 8. Here we have a value which is 0.25, and that's it. This is our result. Now this is our first part of solution, that is impulse response. Now we will calculate the next one, that is step response, but for that we required this equation. So let's say this is nothing but my equation number 4. Now the second part is step response. Now we will use the question, that is h of z is 1 upon z minus 0.5 and z minus 0.25. Basically what is h of z? H of z is nothing but it is the ratio of z transform of output response to the z transform of input response. So now first of all, what we want? A response, a step response means what? We have to calculate y of n when x of n is unit step, which means to calculate step response, first of all we have to substitute x of n as a unit step. Now first of all I'll shift this x of z on left hand side. Now substitute x of n as a unit step, then you will get the step response. Now if my x of n is u of n, then z transform of x of n is represented by x of z, and z transform of u of n is nothing but z upon z minus 1. So I'm going to substitute this value over here so that this z will be in denominator. I'm going to substitute this x of z value over here so that this z will be in numerator and z minus 1 will be in denominator. Now, as I told you earlier also, first of all, we have to keep this z on left hand side so that you can multiply this z after calculating partial fraction on right hand side, and then your result will be in a form of unit step. Now, here I have shifted it z on the left hand side, and now what we have here, we have a 3 different factors on denominator. Now if we have 3 different factors, then of course we will use the 3 different variables. Now after equating, what we will get, just shift, or you can say just multiply this left hand side on right hand side, then what you will get, according to shortcut, just do not write the similar term which is in denominator of a, or you can say, for example, now what is the next step, just simply multiply left hand side denominator on the right hand side. Now if we multiply it with the right hand side terms, means for example let's say a, if we multiply this whole term with a, then the similar term will get cancelled, only remaining term will be multiplied with a. So I'm doing the same thing, I'm just writing the different terms which is multiplied with a. So this will be nothing but my equation number 5, and this one is 6. So calculate, we are going to calculate value of a from here, b as well as c, and then I'll substitute these all values in equation number 5. First of all, if you want to calculate value of a, then just look at it. In the denominator of a we have z minus 1. Simply equate this denominator equal to 0. What you will get, z equals to 1, and that value we are going to substitute in equation number 6 to get the value of a. So what you will get, on left hand side we will have only 1, but on right hand side this z minus 1 will give us a result 0. I'm going to substitute z equals to 1 in our equation. Now look at here, at this place if I replace z by 1, then this whole bracket will give us 0 value, and 0 into anything, answer is 0. Similarly with this also, in case of b, if this z is replaced by 1, then 1 get cancelled and the whole bracket will give us value 0. So you will get only value of a. Now here this z is replaced by 1, so 1 minus 0.5 is nothing but 0.5, or you can write half also. Similarly, if this z is replaced by 1, then 1 minus 0.25 is 0.75, and you can write that term as of 3 by 4 also. And in the rest of the part we have a 0. Now just do the multiplications. So 3 into 1 is 3, but 4 2s are 8 we have. So what will be the value of a? Just shift this 3 by 8 on left hand side, then that will be 8 by 3. And this is the value of a. Now similarly we will calculate the value of b as well as c. Now I'm going to substitute z equals to 0.5 in equation number 2. Now what you will get, this z is replaced by 0.5, that 0.5 minus 0.5 will gives us value 0, and 0 into anything, answer is 0. Similarly here also, if this z is replaced by 0.5, then 0.5 minus 0.5 is 0, so whole product becomes 0, so you will get the result only for b. Now look at here, 0.5 minus 1, answer is minus 0.5, so you can write minus half also. Similarly, if this z is replaced by 0.5, so 0.5 minus 0.25, answer is minus 0.1. If this z is replaced by 0.5, then 0.5 minus 0.25, answer is 0.25, and that we can write in terms of 1 by 4 also. Now just do the multiplication, half into 1 by 4, answer is 1 by 8. Now multiply both the sides by 8, then what you will get? Our b result is minus 8. Similarly, we are going to substitute z equals to 0.25 in this equation number 6. What you will get? This on left hand side we will have only 1, Now, if the z is replaced by 0.25, then 0.25 gets cancelled, replaced by 0, and 0 into anything is again 0. So a term will not be there. Similarly, look at here, in B also we have z minus 0.25. If I substitute z equals to 0.25 here, then 0.25 gets cancelled, replaced by 0, and 0 into anything, answer is 0. So we have O0 at first, and then so we have 0 value in both this part. So I'm going to write only single 0 over here. Now look at here, these two z replaced by 0.25. So 0.25 minus 1, answer is minus 0.75, and we can write this number as a 3 by 4, but minus. Similarly, if this z is replaced by 0.25, then 0.25 minus 0.5, answer is minus 0.5, and we can write this one as a 1 by 4 also. Now just do the multiplication. 4 4s are 16, and minus 3 into minus 1 is answer is plus 3. So shift this 3 by 16 on the left hand side, what we will get? And this is nothing but the result of C. Now look at here, I have substituted the value of A, B, C in my equation number 5. Just what we want, just multiply this Z on right hand side. So this is what we will get. So this is what we will get. Now just simply apply inverse Z transform on both the sides to get the step response. So now by applying inverse Z transform on both the sides, what we will get? This y of z can be represented by y of n. Now 8 by 3 is already we considered as a constant. So z upon z minus 1. Inverse Z transform z upon z minus 1 is simply nothing but unit step. Now next one is minus 8. Here we have minus 0.5, which is value of A. So we can write minus 0.5 raised to n. Then what we will get? Z upon z minus 1, and it's nothing but unit step response. Here 0.25 is my A, so I have written A raised to n, that is 0.525 raised to n into z upon z minus 1, inverse is u of n. Now if you want, then you can take u of n common. I'm also taking 8 common from this whole equation, and this is nothing but the inverse Z transform of given function. Now in this question we have solved two different things. First one is impulse response, and second one is step response. Impulse means directly apply inverse Z transform on given function x of z, but while calculating step response, we have to first of all substitute z equals to, or you can say input as a u of n, and then just multiply the Z transform of u of n on the right hand side, and then go for inverse Z transform, you will get the step response. So that's all for now. Stay tuned with Ekeeda and subscribe Ekeeda for further more videos.